Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Driving Newfoundland. In episode 6, we take you on a much better day of sun and adventure. We take Highway 360, Bay of Espoir Highway, and head south to Harbor Breton. On this journey, we take in the beautiful landscape. We hike into the Rocky Point Lighthouse and do a scenic flyover with the drone. So sit back, grab some snacks, and come with us on Driving Newfoundland episode 6. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have you been to Newfoundland? Share with us your adventure in the comment section. Let's get going. Enjoy. Enjoy the vast lakes and ponds on Route 360. There was an under-control wildfire just west of us, so we were unsure if we could get through to Harbor Breton. This fire and many others wreaked havoc on the province, especially the month of August. What we experienced was the drier it appeared the farther east we explored. As you have saw in previous videos, especially in the Deer Lake area, was a more pristine and greener landscape. The Baie d'Espoir Highway, Route 360, was completed in 1971, connecting the isolated communities of Baie d'Espoir to the Trans-Canada Highway. Before its construction, residents relied on boats and helicopters for transportation, as the region was accessible only by sea. The highway's construction was an offshoot of the large-scale Baie d'Espoir hydroelectric project, which began in 1964 and required significant engineering and construction camps to build. Coastal communities were primarily accessible by boat, with government-subsidized steamers and packet boats serving as essential transportation for goods and people. Helicopters were also used for transport. The project was intrinsically linked to the Baie d'Espoir hydroelectric project, which began in 1964. The construction of the highway was necessary to support the massive infrastructure project. The highway was completed in 1971. It runs south from Bishop's Falls on the Trans-Canada Highway for about 90 miles to the Baie d'Espoir region. The highway opened up the area, allowing for road access to the previously isolated communities along the south coast. Route 361 begins in downtown St. Albans at an intersection between Beachside Drive, Gully Road, and Main Street. The highway winds its way north through town along Main Street before leaving and heading north through rural areas after crossing a river. It now runs along the west side of the northernmost reaches of the bay as the road passes through St. Joseph's Cove and St. Veronica's, where it turns east to cross the bay via a causeway bridge and has an intersection with a local road leading to Camp Boggy and the Bay d'Espoir hydroelectric power station. Route 361 winds its southeast along the shores of the bay to pass through Milltown Head of Bay d'Espoir, where it heads through the Head of Bay d'Espoir portion of town to cross another river and has an intersection with a local road leading to Milltown and Morrisville. The highway now passes through rural wooded terrain for several kilometers before coming to an end at an intersection with Route 360. As with most highways in Newfoundland and Labrador, Route 361 is entirely a two-lane highway. Mi'kmaq First Nation is the only Mi'kmaq band in Newfoundland to achieve federal status, and its history is rooted in the Mi'kmaq homeland, which includes Newfoundland. Early European records mention Mi'kmaq people in Newfoundland as early as the 16th and 17th centuries, and by the late 18th century, they were documented as regular visitors or residents in areas like St. George's Bay and Bay d'Espoir. The modern Mi'kmaq First Nation was established as a federal Indian reserve in 1987 at the mouth of the Conn River, and since then, the community has focused on self-governance, cultural revival, and economic development. Discover the beauty of Jipujikwe Quispam Park, a scenic and peaceful campground located just 12 kilometers from Miapukek First Nation. Home to the rare boreal felt lichen, this park offers a perfect blend of family fun and outdoor adventure. Enjoy camping, walking trails, swimming and fishing, or dive into the excitement of the water park with rentals including kayaks, paddle boats, water bikes, canoes, and thrilling sea-doo and inner tube rides. New for 2024, indulge in indigenous glamping, a unique way to connect with nature in comfort and style. 362, also known as Bellioram Road, is a 35.5-kilometer-long north-south highway on the Conigar Peninsula. It connects the communities along the western side of Fortune Bay with Route 360, Bay d'Espoir Highway. Cell phone reception along Route 362 is severely limited. Route 362 begins at an intersection with Route 360 several kilometers northwest of Pools Cove. It heads south through very hilly and rural terrain for over 20 kilometers, where it has an intersection with a local road leading into the town. The highway then enters the town of St. Jacques Coombs Cove and comes to an intersection with Route 363 Coombs Cove Road, just northeast of English Harbor West. The highway now winds its way east to pass through St. Jacques before turning north to leave town and wind its way along the coastline. Route 362 now enters Bellioram and comes to an end in downtown at an intersection with Bayview Drive. To our right, we finally see the inlet. In particular is an area called Hardy's Cove. In at least one instance, near Safe Harbor, the population of Hardy's Cove increased in the 1920s with the arrival of families from other nearby, smaller coves like Furby's Cove, Groll, and Hermitage, as people consolidated into slightly larger communities. Surnames associated with these moves included Krantz, Sticklands, and Roses. Like most outport communities in Newfoundland, Hardy's Cove's existence was intrinsically linked to the Atlantic cod fishery. Historically, Newfoundland's settlements boomed when the cod trade thrived, attracting thousands of settlers in the late 18th and early 19th centuries. Life in places like Hardy's Cove involved a unique way of life, often with families moving to the coast seasonally for fishing and returning inland during the winter. The mid-20th century saw significant government-sponsored resettlement programs in Newfoundland, where residents of small, isolated outports were encouraged to move to larger centers for better access to services. Many small coves and communities became depopulated during this time, and it's likely Hardy's Cove was affected by these broader demographic shifts. The majority of the present-day inhabitants of Newfoundland and Labrador are descendants of English and Irish immigrants who arrived between the mid-17th and mid-19th centuries, and the families in Hardy's Cove would have shared these origins. The community itself was likely a small fishing settlement rather than a major hub of historical events. Its story is representative of the numerous small outports that define Newfoundland's coastal history. Route 364, also known as Hermitage River Road, is a 37.4-kilometer long north-south highway on the Conager Peninsula. It connects the towns of Seal Cove and Hermitage Sandyville with Route 360, Bay d'Espoir Highway. Route 364 begins on the coast of Hermitage Bay in Seal Cove, where the road continues west as a gravel road to the former town sites of Groll and Pass Island. It winds its way northeast along the coastline to enter Hermitage Sandyville, where it passes through Dawson's Cove, Sandyville before passing through Hermitage, where it has an intersection with Main Street, which provides access to ferries leading to Galtois and McCallum. The highway travels northeast and farther inland through hilly terrain for several kilometers, where it has an intersection with a local road leading to Furby's Cove. Route 364 continues northeast for several kilometers before coming to an end at an intersection with Route 360. As with most highways in Newfoundland and Labrador, the entire length of Route 364 is a two-lane highway. Great Harbor Lookout, or the Conager Bay Lookout in Harbor Breton, or Battle Harbor on Battle Island, as Great Harbor is a component of both names, and a lookout is a common feature of both. Both locations have a rich history of early human settlement and European fishing and trade. Battle Harbor's history is particularly well documented, highlighting its past as a major salt fish center and the eventual departure of its last year-round residents. Harbor Breton, Newfoundland, is a historic fishing center with a history dating back to the 17th century, named after the Bretons from France who fished there. Its French name is derived from the surname Bertrand, which was common in the area. A significant event was the tragic 1973 landslide that swept 4 houses into the harbor, killing 4 children. The community's name comes from the Bretons, a seafaring people from Brittany, France, who used the harbor for fishing in the 17th century. The French name for the area is linked to the common French surname Bertrand, which was frequently seen in the French settlement of Placentia. A tragic landslide occurred on August 1, 1973, that started 200 meters above the town. The landslide swept 4 houses into the harbor, killed 4 children, and injured several others. A monument now stands to commemorate the landslide, which is recognized as a municipal heritage site. The community remains one of the oldest and largest fishing centers in the area. Harbor Breton is known for its rich fishing history. However, the first major company to take up post here was Newman & Company. Based in England and famous for its port wine, this company happened upon the value of the town's marine climate in its wine aging process. The Newman Company's ship Retriever arrived in Harbor Breton with a cargo of port wine around 1892. Through the 19th century, the company relied heavily on the importing of fishing servants from England and Ireland. By 1871, the Newman & Company employed about 100 people in salting, drying, packing, and shipping fish to Europe, Brazil, and the West Indies. By the late 1800s, a large part of the population had either settled in Harbor Breton permanently, moved to other areas on the south coast which were connected with the Newman & Company, or returned to their country of origin. By 1891, Harbor Breton's population had reached 484. Of them, 443 were Newfoundland, born with the remainder from England, Ireland, Scotland, and other British colonies. Newman & Company fortunes declined in the early 1900s, and the company closed its operation in 1907. A cottage hospital was built in Harbor Breton. In 1936, Harbor Breton was designated as a growth center in 1965. And the government encouraged people living in isolated communities to relocate to the town. From 1965 to 1971, a total of 700 people had moved to Harbor Breton. Many residents resettled from Sagona Island, Jersey Harbor, Little Bay West, Miller's Passage, Red Cove, and Groll. In 1971, Harbor Breton was linked to Trans-Canada Highway by Route 360. Down on the left was an excellent place to eat and recharge. The Dockside Cafe and Eatery has a variety of meals to sweet your taste buds, as well a variety of drinks to wet your whistle. Just take Elliott Drive and you will arrive at this excellent eatery. Up ahead is parking for the Rocky Point Lighthouse Trailhead, a short hike of about 20 to 25 minutes round trip. Here is some history of the lighthouse. The Rocky Point Lighthouse in Harbor Breton was first built in 1873 as a wooden tower to aid the fishing trade, but it burned down in 1881. A new, prefabricated cast iron tower was erected later that year and is the current structure, making it the oldest lighthouse on the southwest coast of Newfoundland. Originally a manned light, it became automated after being converted to acetylene gas in 1931 and is now solar-powered. First lighthouse 1873. A square wooden tower was built to mark the entrance to the harbor for the fishing industry. It was a simple 4.3-meter tall structure with a red and white octagonal lantern. Fire 1881. The original wooden tower was destroyed by a fire. Current lighthouse 1881. A new 9.1-meter tall cylindrical cast iron tower was constructed the same year by Victoria Ironworks in St. John's. This is the oldest lighthouse on the southwest coast of Newfoundland. The lighthouse originally used kerosene and was manned by a keeper. In 1931, it was converted to an unmanned acetylene gas-powered light. Today, the lighthouse is fully automated and solar-powered, continuing to serve as an aid to navigation. It is recognized as a heritage lighthouse for its historical, architectural, and community values. It is time to check out this beautiful area with a bird's eye view. hope you enjoyed episode 6 of Driving Newfoundland. We sure did. If you're ever there, Harbor Breton should be on your visit list. This concludes another installment. Stay tuned for episode 7, where we move to our next chapter of our visit. We travel to New Perlican and use this as our hub to explore the area and visit St. John's, finally see a moose and visit the Puffins on an 80-kilometer windy day. plus much more. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Have you been to Newfoundland? We would love to hear about it in the comments section below. Take care and see you in the next video.
Thank you.